Okay, so here is part 2. If you want to follow along and do the dissection on this violet with me, you can. And you might as well just watch and make sure you kind of know what to expect on like how to identify the different parts on the flower that you find. So the first part of the lab says to put the name of the flower. So whenever you are needing to figure out what kind of flower you found, please ask somebody. Feel free to send me a picture. You could also use Google. But for this flower, this is a violet. And if you want to sketch it for extra credit, make sure you sketch and label, and it is of good quality. Make sure it is nice. Otherwise, you will not receive any credit. First things first, we need to count the sepals. So remember, the sepals are going to be on the back of the flower, and they are the part that kind of holds the petals before it blooms. They're there for protection and support. And you could count right here because we do have a bicot. We are going to have that magic number 5. There are 5 of those green sepals on the back coming right out of the stem. Okay, petals. You can kind of count these as well, and feel free to pause this if you need to sketch it and stuff like that. But for counting the petals, we have 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then the next one is going to be identifying the stamen and the pistils. So we right here in the center, remember the pistil's always going to be in the center. That's our female part of the plant. So we just got one of those, and then the stamen is this group of all these ones surrounding it. So we can kind of count them. I'm going to kind of pull it up close and count them myself, but feel free to pause it if you need to. But let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 stamen, and they have the little anthers on top with the pollen. And then we have 1 pistil in the center. And then you can kind of describe the smell. This one doesn't have much of a smell to it. And then for extra credit, here's what you need to do when you're, not for extra credit, but extra credit is just sketching it. But for the next step, when you have to find the ovaries, you have to peel it open. So it kind of helps to get all the petals off. And then kind of pull off the stamen as well. And you'll see I'm left with the little bulb here in the middle. I didn't mean to take off the stem, but it should be this one's really small. So if you can find a bigger one, it's a little bit easier. But what you need to do now is you can either peel off all these little, the stamen, or what I just did, I took a little knife, or you can use your fingernail. Be careful if you're going to be using a knife. And then you just chop it right in half, because we're going to be looking for the little starts of the seeds. So the ovals right here in the center. And a lot of times if you have plants like roses or these ones like that, they're going to be really, really small. But here's the inside of the ovary. It's going to be really hard to get it to focus, but you usually can just see a bunch of little white dots in the center here. This one happens to have 2. Oh, I had it focused for a second. Anyway, they're just really small little beginnings of seeds in the center. So again, I really encourage you to find your own plant so you can get a better look at it. I can't get the camera to focus, but you need to sketch the inside of the ovary as well as the outside of the plant for your sketches for extra credit. I can kind of show you my sketches that I got. But yeah, so here I have the ovary and the oval and the front and back of the plant, of the flower. Okay, well, there's your dissection. Feel free to use that one as your first flower. If not, go ahead and find 2 flowers and have fun with it. And then use the book. I've attached the 2 chapters to help you answer the questions like what is the function of each of these parts of the flower. So email me if you have any questions, and have fun.